those go-go gotcha arms. 192 centimeter reach. Big shots over the top of Ivanov. He wants to end this fight early.
Ricard just got to keep his hands up, Phil. There they go. Now he's got that right up around the temple.
There's a big knee there for Olzos. If Ivanov keeps dipping that head, those long limbs, that big knee can just pop right up the middle for Ricards.
Olzos landed low.
Oh, big takedown for Ivanov. This is what we said he was going to try and do. But
got his back taken. Now he's getting blasted.
Ricards some lovely legs. I don't think Ivanov realized just how clean that shot landed. In on a takedown once again. Almost esteemably. This is great stuff from Ivanov. If he can score another takedown, as long as the fight is standing, Olzos is dangerous. Just on cue, Ivanov with the takedown. Good use of the underhook though from Ricards.
Excellent use. Not enough, however, to get him back up to standing, which is where he desperately wants to be.
Every time Olzos gets to his feet, it's a danger for Ivanov. His game plan's fantastic.
Ivanov may look to reaper sweep a leg right now.
I think there's a big cut over the right eye of Olzos. Heavy hands from Ivanov. He dips the head off the center line, tries to land that baseball off the right eye.
Trying to open up his head from stem to stern.
If he catches you with that, you're eating soup for a month.
Catches that, I'm going to have to change my shirt.
But like we say, anytime the fight's standing, Olzos is dangerous. Watch out for a big knee from Olzos. Dipping that head, big shot once again over the top. Shots landing on the body. Ivanov needs to be wary of not punching himself out, Kieran. Because if you throw these big haymakers, these one-hair quitters, and they don't land,
it's an awful lot to get back. He just ate a calf kick,
and then
blocked the calf kick, and just drew his head back. Little tiny fade behind that high kick.
And if I remember correctly, at Brave Combat Federation 99 on October of last year, Ricards took a lot of damage before scoring the big knockout. So he's happy to absorb the punishment from his opponent, let them deplete their energy meter, and then try and land something. But it's Ivanov landing big shots. Olzos needs to get out of there.
Look at him attacking now. It's why they call him Lionheart, Brave Nation. Gets hit behind the ear 3, 4, 5 times, and then charges forward.
Big deep breaths being taken by Ivanov.
Ricards has knockout of the year in his body. He's got it in his shins, he's got it in his feet, he's got it in his knees.
There's a big knee, like I say, that knee is available to him. If he can step back and just pop that knee right up the middle, we can see something. But again, big winging shot from Ivanov.
Big winging shots from both sides. Both sides, come to think of it.
If Olzos can slow this fight down a little bit, start using his jab, use that distinct reach advantage, tire Ivanov out a little bit. If he can get to round 2, that's where I think we can see a shift in momentum in the fight.
Check Ivanov's mouth. I think his mouth is open a little bit. Maybe dragging some energy in there, dragging some oxygen in there quick. Look for a jump knee.
Nice little side kick there from Olzos, but he needs to get out of the danger zone.
कमाल है यार, आपने अभी तक एक सूट नहीं लिया और देख क्या रहे हो यार, एक सूट लो और फटाफट लॉबी पे छा जाओ। अबे हटा सावन की
Watch out for that right hand. He was just pawing with it.
Bojidar in on the single.
Like I said, I think if this fight goes to the second round, it's going to favor Olzos a little bit more. We'll be interested to see what the cut team do with that. That nick just above the right eye of Olzos. It's really starting to open up now. Olzos, that's not a fight ender.
Olzos maybe made a mistake. Could have cross-faced there. Tried to get out and get his legs out.
Or is that
instead he decided to hit.
It's his nose that opens up like that, not the eye. Wonder if that's a big knee in the midsection. This is a wildly entertaining round number 1. And just our second fight, Olzos starting to turn it up right in front of us.
Yeah, these two, Phil, they're taking the full measure of each other.
What a first round of action. Outstanding work from both guys. Big deep impressed by him taking. Both guys have their hands on their knees.
Who'd you like in that round, Phil?
You know what? I think the cleaner shots, one thing that stood out to me was the durability of all those, but you don't get points for that. The guy who was moving forward, the guy who landed the cleaner shots for me, and who scored the takedowns was Ivanov. Therefore, for me, Ivanov 10-9.
Yeah, I just use the who hurt who more. You look at each fighter's face, you try and say who took more punishment. 3 cards look like that to me. I'm calling that round 10-9, as you are for Bozhidar Ivanov. Now, Brave Nation, this is the first of 6 Bulgaria versus the world fights. Right now we got Bulgaria versus Northern Europe. We got Bulgaria versus Latvia. Again, this is the first of 6 Bulgaria versus the world fights. Right now we got Bulgaria ahead by just a little bit.
Like I said, it'll be interesting to see the approach taken by Ricards Olzos, a man who has never been to the judges. To be fair, neither of these guys have been into the judges in their professional MMA careers. I get the feeling it's going to stay that way.
Ivanov taking some big, deep breaths, Phil.
That's a huge leg kick to open up. Olios really needs to exploit that reach advantage. There's potential for an uppercut or a big knee for him.
I know everybody's watching Lionheart take a ton of punishment, but this is his game, Brave Nation. He is in his element.
Starting to fight a little bit long, like we expected him to do. Just needs to be careful when he's throwing those low kicks. He's doing a good job of just covering up and getting out of range. Very, very measured performance in the opening rounds.
Ricards landed
in second.
Yeah, Ricards landed a nice calf kick and then avoided his opponent's return. I think Ricards is sitting pretty right here, Phil.
I did theorize that if it got to round number 2, it would benefit Olzos. And he looks the one that's a little bit more comfortable here in round number 2, Carrick. Oh, wasn't far away with a head kick. Ivanov turning his back, never a good sign. Olios just accumulating damage. Big takedown for Ivanov, but can he keep Ricards Olzos down?
He was able to get guard. He's not bottom side control. He gets a foot in the hip. He can use that to stand right up.
Watch out for the up kick from Ricards.
And he's up.
Very nice work.
Bozhidar did not go attacking forward quickly then. As his opponent was rising, he had an opportunity to sprint forward and land a shot. He did not take it.
Not quite sure what Ivanov has left in the tank. His game is predicated on big power punches. The longer the fight goes, the harder that's going to be. Oh, big shots.
1 out of 3 landed, but not perfectly cleanly. And those 2 that missed, they take something out of you.
Oh, he's getting through now. Olzos doing a good job to cover up and try and roll with the punches, try and minimize the effectiveness. It was that big knee we were talking about, but he needs to time it.
Ricards, Phil, showing a lot of bleeding out of the nose. When the blood comes out of the nose in that quantity, it's probably also going backwards too. Can get into the stomach, head towards the lungs, causes a lot of mayhem.
It doesn't look broke. Oh, he looked low, went high with a head kick. Good work to the body from Ivanov. They're fighting in a boombox, which is crazy for somebody who has a distinct reach advantage that Olzos has.
I know people watching who aren't familiar with Lionheart may not believe me, but this is his game. This is how he fights. He takes a lot of punishment, and in the end, he delivers more.
It's tougher than a $3 steak. Good work to the body.
Beautiful body work. And he hurt him again.
This is crazy, the amount of heavy power shots that Ivanov has landed.
Yeah, Ivanov's emboldened now. Landed some good shots to the body. Tried a forward elbow. Tried it again.
Managed to pop through with that left hand. Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
I'd like to see also struck when he's in those close quarters, try and land those elbows. That's very easy for me to say from my position. Right in front of us here.
Boom, boom, boom. Look for that head.
प्रो टर्मिनल लेवल स्पीड और ग्लिच फ्री एक्सपीरियंस सिर्फ क्रो के स्कैल्पर मोड पर ऑन स्क्रीन ऑर्डर विंडो और इंडिकेटर्स के साथ लाइटिंग फास्ट एग्जीक्यूट बिना स्क्रीन स्विच के। अब डायरेक्टली चार्ट चाहिए,
puts a foot in the hip, uses that to stand up.
It's good work for Ivanov. Just consolidate the round if he can keep working away here. Land big shots. The breathing of Ozos is bound to be impeded right now. Like you say, that blood from the nose can be going back down the throat, making it harder and harder to breathe.
Yeah, there was the foot in the hip. He popped up again, landing another nasty calf kick. He's taking the wheels off his opponent's car.
That little level change should act as a trigger for Ozos to pop at me up. Just as I said,
Bojadar's lead calf is reddened up something fierce.
It's a crazy fight.
Awesome body shot.
Oh, that could be it.
Crispy looking very carefully.
Can Ozos hang on? He's trying to give his feet.
Good Lord, he's
That's
back
crazy. Ladies and another big shot right down the middle. This is crazy. What is Ozos being on?
Good.
I think did the referee call it? The referee
The
called it.
referee called it.
Wow.
TKO win for Bojadar Ivanov. Unbelievable endurance shown by Ricard's Lionheart Ozos. I know he wanted to keep fighting, but the officials here want you to keep fighting another day. I think that was a very wise stoppage.
AC just piling it on as Ivanov.
Perfect shot on the jaw.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. It's over the top.
Watch Ricard. When he falls, he does look back.
But I tell you what, Ricard's Ozos is, he can't be in anything other than an absolute barn burner of a fight.
Ricard's Ozos is a Lionheart. He earns that moniker every single fight he's ever had.
Wow. How tough is too tough?
That's why you have referees in this sport.
Fantastic work from Ivanov. You know, he had to work for every little bit of that victory. Now 3-0 as a pro. All 3 wins coming by way of KO or TKO. Fantastic performance in the young MMA career of Bojidar Ivanov.
And with this win of Bulgaria over Latvia, Bulgaria versus the world is up 1-2. Roaring Lion is in the cage, just about to make this fight official. All right, Brave Nation, Bulgaria, give it up for both of these warriors. This incredible bout comes to an end at 4 minutes and 59 seconds of the second round. Your winner by TKO from Bulgaria, Bojidar Ivanov.
Huge win for Bojidar Ivanov. 3-0, still undefeated. Biggest test of his career. Had to dig deep in round number 2 and get the big finish. Sky is the limit for that young man. There you see, it's almost as if they made a gentleman's agreement just to meet in the middle. Swing hammers at one another.
When Brave Warrior meets Brave Warrior, this is the thrills the result.
Wow, absolutely incredible.
Hey, looked for the ground. He wasn't out, saw the ground. But the referee, in my opinion, very wisely stopped it very shortly afterwards. We're looking back now at Brave CF 21, Took place December 28, 2018 at King Abdullah Sports City Indoor Sports Hall in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We saw massive wins by the pride of Bahrain, Hamza Kouheji. We saw wins by Usman Nurmagomedov, who's now 22-0. Wins by Ikram Alaskarov, Saudi Arabia's own Abdullah, the Reaper Al-Qatani, Rami Ahmed, and Jeremy Kennedy. Oh, what a night that was in Saudi.
Coming right up in the lightweight division, Anton Yanchev takes on Banchuki Shakidze. Fantastic fight, two undefeated warriors. Someone's O has got to go.
Let's meet our next warriors as they come into the Brave CF 107 cage. Representing Durham Fight Club, Timo Kenny and fighting.
You know, Kerry, on the Fiasova, we're looking at a grappler versus grappler type of fight. But the distinct differences, you have a 10-time Georgian national wrestling champion taking on a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. Not only is Chikaidze a 10-time Georgian national wrestling champion, he is a 5-time Georgian national judo champion and a 4-time Georgian national sambo champion. A devastating grappler with regards to MMA. Now 2-0 as a professional. He's really been able to utilize all those grappling skills and implement them into his all-round MMA game. And at 30 years of age and 2-0, he cannot afford to waste any time on his march to global MMA ascension.
Now, Brave Nation, most people think of grappling as being completely different to striking. In some forms, it is not. Sambo is the art of hitting somebody with a planet while you're standing. Judo is the art of hitting your opponent with a planet. For those people that aren't familiar with freestyle and Greco, there are points for amplitude. It is hitting your opponent with the planet. What we have here is a master of striking somebody with a planet burn.
He's used to holding the grappling advantage in his MMA fights. However, he is going to have to be clinical. He's going to have to be controlled. He's going to have to be super smart in the scrambles. He cannot afford to leave his neck out, to leave a limb out, or someone like Yanchev is going to take that home with him. If he is to get the big win, how will he do it, Carrick?
He's got to test his opponent striking from standing. If that doesn't work, plan B. Take the fight down. And then he has to hover and strike down from standing, not go down to the ground with his opponent. And now we welcome his opponent into the cage. Representing the grappling fight team, Burgess, and fighting out of Burgess, Bulgaria. Please welcome Anton Yanchev.
Se a cachorro fica, come frio de porque se me vista, uma pizza sozinha. Se a cachorro fica, come frio de porque se me vista.
I'm going to make a bold claim. I'm not really sure if that young lady is singing live. I only say that is because her lips weren't moving at one stage and there was music playing. Anyway, moving swiftly on, Anton Yanchev, one of the most devastating forces in not just European, not just Bulgarian, but global MMA. 4-0. Recently was awarded his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in May of this year. 4 wins. on his ledger, all by way of finish, all by way of submission. Every single one of those submissions coming in the very first round. 2 arm triangles, 1 rear naked choke, and 1 tap due to strikes. He is a relentless grappler who blends his wrestling and submission skills beautifully. What do you expect from this young man tonight?
Well, Brave Nation, I had talked about grappling arts that highly reward the takedown, like Sambo, like Judo. You know, some we're looking at here. This is a no-gi grappler. This is an art that almost discounts takedowns. So this fight is going to be won or lost, in my opinion, on whether his opponent, whether Bachuki, can ground and pound from standing. If Bachuki takes it down to the ground and then stays inside a closed guard, chest to chest, leaning back, I don't think it's going to go his way. But if he can stand up, stay in contact, he's got some devastating shots to rain down on Anton.
2 undefeated behemoths ready to kick off. Who will stay undefeated? If Yanchev is to get the win, how will it happen?
Exchange strikes, setting up a big right hand, counter tackles with a guillotine, with a triangle, etc. And once down, kick and sweep aggressively from open guard.
The scrambles are going to be so important in this fight. Tail of the tape, both men are 30 years old. Little bit of a height advantage, 11 centimeters goes to Anton Yanchev. That translates to a 10 centimeter reach advantage. It'll be interesting to see if he can lock up a guillotine with the likes of Thars with those long arms. For official introductions, ladies and gentlemen, the roaring lion himself, Mr. Carlos Kramer.
All right, Brave Nation, this next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing your first warrior.
Angel One app is built for traders.
Tall and weighs already 70.7 kilograms. Representing Durham Fight Club, Timo Kini, and fighting out of Georgia. Give it up for Bachuki Chikaitse. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's an undefeated mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins and no losses. He stands 175 centimeters tall and weighs already 70.5 kilograms. Representing the grappling fight team, Burgess, and fighting out of Burgess, Bulgaria. Give it up for Anton Yanchev. Your referee in charge of the game is Yanko Chikara. Big thanks to Burgess Municipality for their support of this event. We've got Bachuki Chikaitse in blue and Anton Yanchev in red, and it's on.
And we've talked about the grappling skill of both of these guys. We've waxed lyrical about their accomplishments. So fate will dictate that this will probably end by way of KO.
They actually both have nasty hands as well.
The first scramble, I believe, is going to be absolutely pivotal in this fight, Keurig.
For me, Phil, it's going to be the takedown. It's going to be...
Oh, that jab was incredible by Yanchev. Just popped the head of Chikaitse right back.
Bachuki, I do believe, is going to get the takedown. The question for me is, does he stay down inside a closed guard and really risk it, or does he stand and strike from there?
He may get the takedown, but he's going to have to eat some shots to get in. You know, Yanchev utilizing that reach advantage with the jab beautifully.
Also, beautiful distance management by Yanchev. He's staying just about an inch out of range.
Really solid striking from Yanchev. Maybe the best we've seen in striking hook. Submission specialist showing that he has hands.
Shifting now, very nice. Sophisticated technique. Threw a high kick, shifted, landed a right jab. Back to orthodox now.
You would have thought at 5'6" for Chikaitse, trying to get him on that takedown, being relatively diminutive in stature would be to his benefit, but he's eating some big shots here. Yanchev has clearly been working diligently on his hands.
Watching tape, Phil, it was not clear. Of previous fights, it was not clear who had the better hands, but
That's
to
very
my
clear
mind,
now,
it's clear now. It's takedown time.
able just to pivot on that lead foot too. It's fantastic work with the jab from Anton Yanchev. Really starting to, and it's putting a marker in the head of Chikaidze every time that he takes a little step forward. He's going to get popped with it.
And Chikaidze is he's getting no blood yet, but it's good.
Far away.
Again, beautiful. Management from Anton Yanchev. He's staying just out of range. Now he thinks he's got his opponent's number. He's going to start countering off of that phase.
Switch it stance. Two.
Beautiful kick.
Tenderizes the body, then goes back to work with the jab. Trying to work out lead hook as well. Beautiful bent arm shot. He could go hook into a straight, all power shots. And you would have thought this would be where Chikaidze would try and get in on the legs, would try and shoot for the takedown when he has Yanchev against the cage. But so far, he's a little bit gun shy with the takedown. Oh. Just popping that every time.
If there was a time for a takedown tonight, Phil, this is it.
2 minutes in.
There he begins. Now, here's the big question. He
Wow.
calls him up. Not what I anticipated, Phil, at all.
The 10-time Georgian wrestling champion doesn't want to go to the ground with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Very, very interesting.
He is sustaining damage for these choices he's making.
90 seconds left in the round. And, we said that it may turn into a little bit of a striking exchange. And that's what we're seeing. Dominant striking from Anton Yanchev. And Chikaidze just really hasn't got started. A beautiful straight right down the middle from Anton Yanchev.
Yeah, this is an unequal exchange of, oh, look at that.
Oh,
Now that's black belt hit.
manages to get the takedown momentarily, but Chikaidze did not accept it. Eats a big knee to the midsection. Yanchev's doing a great job. Oh, he dropped him with a big shot.
1 minute left, Brave Nation.
He's starting to open up. Big knee from Anton Yanchev. Oh, he hits him again.
Referee's looking carefully.
About Yanchev, I'm abandoning the takedown. I'm just going to work with my hands. Gum shield is out of Anton Yanchev. Referee might just pop that right back in. Good work.
Yeah. Pachuki now wisely has his opponent against fence, tried to pass off his opponent's hand to his other hand. I can't say, Phil, I understand Pachuki's tactics right here.
Not sure. I think he's more or less just trying to survive right now, Keurig. Trying to get through, but again, Anton Yanchev is striking. This is a development in his game that we haven't seen before. The ability to work that jab, a beautiful straight right, drops his opponent. It's fantastic.
Went back and forth enough, so I think you got to give it a 10-9.
Yeah,
That was a dominant round for Anton Yanchev.
Probably as dominant at 9 as you can have.
And Phil, we really haven't seen his jiu-jitsu yet.
That's scary. There was a moment there where he landed a beautiful straight right and then closed the distance. I think a slightly more experienced fighter would have stood off and kept working with the hands. But what we see with fighters a lot of the time is they revert to tight. And that's what we saw with Anton Yanchev.
This is that was the most inexplicable moment of the fight. But Chucky got his opponent down, chose to let it go back to standing. Same thing happened on the fence. Got his opponent down, chose to step off the fence. My guess is Bachuki's corner is having a word with him right now, and we may see a takedown attempt.
I think we're going to see Anton Yanchev just going to work with the hands, and that's a man that looks very happy with his work so far.
This is our second Bulgaria versus the world fight. This is Georgia versus Bulgaria. Crowd loving what they're seeing thus far.
And look at the marking up under the left eye of Chikaidze. Eating a lot of those jabs. Not a mark on Anton Yanchev. It's just so much quicker than the punch.
Bachuki moving his head, but not quite enough. There he goes. Now Bachuki's slipping that head side to side, but he's still getting clipped. He got his head in the pocket nicely on that one.
Oh, just that dull thud lets you know that a body kick lands. If you hear a slap, usually it's not as effective, but when you hear that dull, hollow thud with the body kick, you know it landed clean.
Yeah, that liver is quivering right now.
Again, just constant work with the jab. It's almost as if he's letting Chikaidze know that if you try and breach this barrier that I've created, you're going to get popped with something. Undoubtedly the best we have seen Anton Yanchev look. Oh! Just the speed, accuracy, and frequency of the jab is so impressive.
Oh, nice body shot. Bachuki digging down low.
The only real semblance of wrestling we've seen from Chikaidze has been in the defensive modality, Kerry, which is interesting. He's not trying to impose any of the grappling. I think he got so preoccupied with how good the grappling is of Yanchev that he didn't really take into consideration the striking. Beautiful straight right once again. As he said, Kerrigan, round number one, he settled into the distance so quickly.
Bachuki's doing a good job with his head movement now. He's keeping his head outside, rolling underneath those hands. He's doing a much better job with head movement against his opponent's strikes than he was in round one. Much, much better. The next step, Phil, of course, he's going to move his head and then attack off of it.
Oh, big shot over the top, but Yanchev had the hand up to protect. He's able just to slip outside the distance and come right back in. And it's not benefiting Chikaidze to spend any kind of time standing with Yanchev. He's very much being the nail in this situation. Yanchev very much the hammer.
Bachuki does not want to move straight forward.
Interesting shot over the top, though, from Chikaidze, just as I say that.
And now he's keeping his head offline. He doesn't want to bring that head straight forward. That is the third shot to the liver.
Where he is in his exuberance to come forward, Chikaidze could get hit with a hook or a hit.
Bachuki doing a good job now, moving his head off those shots.
Doesn't quite get through with the spinning kick. Once again, that jab. You would love to know the metrics on how many jabs have been landed by Anton Yanchev.
All of them.
Is that your official count, Kerry?
That's my official count.
That's the official records keeper for mixed martial arts. Thank you very much, Kerry Janess.
Bachuki now he's moving his head beautifully. He's got to counter off the head movement.
Oh, beautiful shot right down the middle once again. Sort of landing that well. Uppercut to hook combination.
There's a little pause. Bachuki moves his head, little pause, then he throws that counter shot. He's got to take the and out of it. It's got to be roll punch, slip punch.
And you get the feeling that there's still another gear here for Yanchev if he wants to pick it up.
Yanchev's fighting a very, very smart fight. And he's starting to bring out some of the highlight attacks in his arsenal.
I can't can't believe there hasn't been a takedown attempt, like a clean takedown attempt from Chikaite.
Nice head kick. Nice counter.
Again, that jab landing out well. Starting to see the old hand to eyes with Chikaite.
Ouch, clean shot. That one snapped the head a little bit. A little bit of sweat flew off. That was a